Maine's lobster industry has invested heavily to open the Chinese market, but now that new tariffs have gone into effect, Contessa Brewer tells us how much the group is feeling the pinch. As you saw, she's in Arundel, Maine for us tonight.
Stephanie Netto's space is small, but the lobster company does big business in, well, lobster.
I primarily export lobsters.
And when the Maine lobster industry worked to open up China markets, Stephanie was right there, investing, expanding, ramping up to meet the newly voracious appetite for U.S. lobster.
We were doing about half of our business with China, and this place would have been rocking and rolling. We had basically 24-hour operation.
But since last summer, Stephanie's sales have plummeted by half. She's cut hours and workers, the impact of a trade war, and China slapping tariffs on American lobster.
July 6, 2018, it all came to a screeching halt, and we didn't really sell any more lobsters to China.
She's not alone. The overall U.S. lobster industry has seen its exports to China plummet 60% the first half of this year compared to the same time frame last year before tariffs went into place. And now China has just tacked on more tariffs, now totaling 35% on American lobster. You know who's benefiting in this whole trade war between the U.S. and China? Canada.
It's the same product on the northern side of the border as it is here in the state of Maine. And so the opportunity just presented itself to them, and they're capitalizing on it.
Canada's lobster business in China has jumped 40% this year. And Canada has signed a free trade agreement with the European Union that will facilitate its lobster trade there. The U.S. has no such agreement. In the meantime, U.S. lobster exports to Canada have jumped 130%. Sources on both sides of the border tell us they believe Maine lobster are being shipped from Canada to China, thereby avoiding tariffs. The premium on selling lobster to Canada is not even close to what they make selling in China, so no matter how you crack it open, the Maine dealers are losing money.
Most people's pockets aren't deep enough to sit around and take a 50% hit to your business waiting for it to return.
The lobster company, in the midst of a trade war, trapped by tariffs, and not knowing when it will end. In Arundel, Maine, Contessa Brewer, Nightly Business Report.